Hello and welcome to this finger drumming breakbeat course. In this course we're going to learn a couple of legendary drum grooves, like beats that have been sampled, copied, imitated and built upon throughout the years, and we're going to try and get as close to the real breakbeat sound and feel as possible with our pad controllers and software drum kits. There's a couple of things you need to know in order to be able to get through this course smoothly. And the first one is that there are pad diagrams available for all the beats in this course. So I've written out every pattern like this, and I link to those patterns beneath every video on YouTube. Moving on. I use a special pad layout for this course that's a little different from the standard one. To the left and right of the snare pads are two soft snare hit pads, and we're gonna use those pads to play a soft snare and a loud hi-hat at the same time with the same hand. And there are other ways to achieve the same effect, but those are a lot more complicated and require a very sensitive pad controller and a very well-developed left-right hand independence. So for this course, I've decided to cheat a little bit and just use extra pads for the soft hits. So what the best way is to set these soft snare hits depends on what software and what controller you use. Because if you have a controller that allows you to set a separate velocity for each pad, you can just assign the same snare sound to the two extra pads and then configure your pad controller so those pads have a lower velocity. What I did myself was pick an alternate snare sound in Addictive Drums. That's the software drum kit that I use. And I would adjust the velocity curve of that specific sound. And that looks like this. So there's tons of other ways to achieve the same effect, as long as you get those pads to produce a soft snare hit, even if you hit it a little harder. The second thing is another little velocity tweak that will help you get your drum kit sound more controlled. And you have to adjust your hi-hat curve like this, which makes it impossible to reach the highest velocity layer, and it makes your softer hits a little louder. You have to top off your snare as well, basically the same way, and that looks like this. And again, this will make everything sound more controlled, which is how we want our breakbeats to sound most of the time. So the sound preset that I use in Addictive Drums 2 is the Too Old for School preset from the Fairfax 1 bundle. So if you happen to own Addictive Drums and the Fairfax 1 kit, you can jam along with basically the same sound that I use. The only thing I changed was I removed some noise, because almost every single mic in this preset has added noise to it to make it sound old, but that seemed a bit much for me. So finally, if the lessons in this course seem very difficult to you, make sure you do the beginner course and the grooving and improving course on my website first before trying this one. You'll find those two other courses for free on questforgroove.com. Alright, let's get started with lesson number 1, Schoolboy Crush.